Hey, Love Squad. What a week it's been. I'm so happy to be back with this episode of Fandom. This is Fargo Season 4, Episode 8, The Nadir. This is the recap. So, not that this is the best quality production to begin with, but I usually give you guys scenes to look at during the recap. That's not happening this time, okay? I'll use the season cover art for this episode in an effort to get this out before the next episode airs on Sunday. Like I said, it's been a week, you guys. Okay, so that's enough business. Let's get down to people and context. So y'all know I like to give some of the people little labels that are kind of related to their behavior or their character during the particular episode. So we have Justo, right? At first I named him the jerk because that man in the whole arranged marriage situation, he is such a dick. But then later on, you know what? His brother nicknamed him the Python. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, he is a Python. Like, yes. Fact. So we have those titles, and I think that they're pretty appropriate. Okay, then we have Desi, and that's Juso's poor fiance. That woman, she's Love is Blind. Okay. Oh, I forgot to look up the Italian consigliere's name. Y'all, I don't really be remembering nobody's name. You should see my notes. Like, man, I had to recall names. The Italian consigliere, okay, the one that was friends with Dr. Senator. I called him Wiseman because he's the only one in the entire FADA organization I'm convinced that has any like normal level of sense. The rest of them are crazy. We have Lemuel, smooth criminal, player, and Otis the double crosser. Ugh, I was not surprised but disappointed. Spoiler alert, if you have not watched the episode, add this video to your like list and come back and watch it later because I'm definitely about to spoil the hell about this episode. So let's get into the context. So we start with Justo and his intended with her father, who wants to have an election day wedding. Always a strategist. And the backdrop of this scene is Justo playing 50 Shades of Grey with his lover, Nurse Ratched. And then we find out that Nurse Ratched didn't actually kill Harvard because he made a full recovery. Justo professes his love to Orietta. They are two crazy peas in the pod. It makes sense. And I am 99% sure he didn't wash his hands when he came out the bathroom. Nasty. Nasty. So Justo arrives to a meeting with his squad. Giantano is revealed amidst the circle of men, I should say, and he's all bloodied and bruised. And you can literally feel the gears shifting and tables turning. Giantano literally picks Justo up and drops him WWE style. Y'all know if y'all don't know I love wrestling at this point, like I am a SmackDown stan. Raw is also awesome. Come on. He literally drops him down on the table. Okay, WWE style, as if he's a rag doll. He's pissed. It's understandable. So Cannon's plan appears to be working. Let them kill each other. They are their own worst enemy. It looks like Justo is about to die, but then there's the whole politics of the matter to take into consideration. And I'm wondering what the power dynamic is about to be moving forward. He knocks him out in front of his men cold. They literally all turn their backs on him. This is going to be interesting. Okay, so actually Cannon helped Giantano see the light. He bends the knee and finally understands, as he puts it, that Justo is a strategist and he's the muscle. He vows to protect his brother. Blood is thicker than water. The consigliere looks relieved, okay? So, yeah, the whole Python bit, Giantano calls him a snake, and later he calls him a python, which is like the king of the snakes, right? It's true. It fits him. So then, Cannon received the bad news, right? It didn't work. Opal asks him what they should do in light of the current dynamic. I mean, it's just not things just keep not going his way. So his response is Fargo. And we'll definitely find out what that means later. If you guys recall, he, exchanged some guns with another neighboring gangster earlier during the season, right? Yeah, that crew is the Fargo crew. So, Mrs. Cannon knocks on the door of the funeral home. She believes her son to be dead, and that is just so horrible. Such a horrible understanding to have. And it's even more horrible because we know that it's not true. But it's actually the best thing for him, for them to think that he's dead, because then they won't, anyways, it's complicated. It's complicated. We know that the Father family knows that he's not dead, but in some ways I do feel like it makes things a lot less tricky for Rabbi, because then he doesn't have both teams coming after him, if that makes sense. Okay? So anyways, Mrs. Cannon knocks on the door of the funeral home, and she believes her son to be dead. So she and Debrell get to talking, and I really liked them together. It's an interesting dynamic. I was just really like watching them exchange. It was really interesting. They're very similar in some ways. Mrs. Cannon wants Dermot and Debrell to hold the service, and I wonder when Rabbi and Baby Cannon will pop back up, because you already know these writers. You already know they're gonna pop back up. And it looks like the eldest Cannon boy, Lemuel, is sweet on Ethelreda. Like when he first tried to chop it up with her earlier during the season, I noticed it, but I was like, oh no. But now I definitely know that boy's sweet on her, okay? So he strikes up a conversation with her again, and Debrell walks in, and she is not having that, okay? She lets her daughter know, he is your captor, not your friend, honey, okay? Stay away from him, honey, okay? So Orietta finds out that Dr. Harvard's been transferred out of state to make a safe recovery and hopefully identify the assailant in his attempted murder. Orietta hightails it home to pack up all her S. Apparently apparently this is what you do when you unsuccessfully try to kill somebody. You hightail it. But along the way, she finds the notebook left by Ethelreda, aka Little Miss Nosy, and puts two and two together. That family stays stepping in dog doo-doo with dangerous hate consequences. Like, they have the worst family drama I have ever seen. It's just horrible. So then Duffy pays Loy a visit regarding Zelmar and Swanee, right? He gives him a hard time at first, and there's a nice tie-in about friendliness, which we've seen in Fargo seasons past. Y'all remember that? I don't remember which season it was, but that whole bit about being nice, but it's the not really being nice or not really being friendly, and it's the way you're doing it, like you're doing me a favor or some ish like that. Yeah, that came back up again. I love it when they tie in. They always have like one tie-in from a previous season. So that was wonderful. So he convinces Cannon to tell them where Zelmar and Swanee are headed, right? Checkmate. He did a really good job of just wrapping that up with a ribbon. So Duffy quickly assembles a team to capture the fugitives, and y'all know it's about to go down. We are about to get dinner and a show for show. This is shaping up to low-key be my favorite episode because all the threads are coming together and it's lovely. Like, in my mind, I'm just like, oh God, this show. So the writing is brilliant as ever. Otis and Duffy have a heart-to-heart. Otis is honest about working for Cannon, but sincere about wanting to help. And we see the same gray area dynamic being explored in this scene. They've been exploring gray this whole season. They've been doing a brilliant job of it. Otis gets himself back on the team, and Duffy and Co. flood the train station. The Spectre, remember that Spectre? He pays Swanee a visit at the train station, and she sees him this time. Zelmar eyes Duffy. Never shy, she lets him know how he's been spotted. I That was my favorite part. I was just like, oh, yes. He reacts by running to alert his men. Now they are in a busy train station full of people, okay? They have guns and crazy. And y'all know this is about to be Fargo crazy. Zamar and Swanee shoot first, automatic weapons at the ready. Chaos ensues as the poor travelers scramble to get out of Dodge. Meanwhile, Otis is having an episode in the car and he finally convinces himself to enter the train station. He's met with a trail of dead and almost dead bodies. I mean, it looks like a war zone. Duffy was then I'm getting tongue-tied as I'm reading my notes. So Duffy has them cornered. There we go. So Duffy has Swanee and Zelmar cornered, and you know they've ran out of bullets at this point. I mean they went crazy up in that train station. Otis finally finds them on the platform. Duffy tells Otis to cuff him, right? You know, always trying to do the right thing, always. But then Otis just shoots Duffy and Swanee in the head, poor girl, instead. The Spectre makes a visit upstairs. Zamar sees him. In that moment, you know, it distracts both of them. And she runs away in anguish as Otis shoots and misses her. She's fleeing again. Not good. The look on Duffy's dead face is incriminating. But he's dead, so, I mean, he can't talk. I mean, I felt so bad for Duffy because he just wanted to get back to his family. He was really, in terms of like the whole black and white thing, he's just like white. Really, like sincerely. And it was just, ugh. And he even talked about like the worst way to die would be basically how he got killed. He said that concerned him, being killed over some petty as like, nah. Just like, man, it was kind of like he was predicting his future, foreshadowing, for real. So anyway, Cannon's plans are pretty solid, but they just keep coming up short. They stay coming up short the whole season. Story of his life so far. Cut to the fathers milling about in front of the family home. Cannon's reinforcements have come to uphold their end of the bargain in exchange for the guns they were given. Fargo, remember that? They shoot up the place. They shoot it up. I mean, they shoot it up horribly good. Okay? Man. But miss the Fada brothers. Unfortunately, they didn't miss Mama Fada. The war has heightened. It has intensified. This is going to get even more interesting. Oh my goodness. Now both sides have lost folks that are near and dear to them. I appreciate the progression and clarification of the storylines. They push everything nicely along, and with, I think, maybe 4 episodes left, there is so much more meat left on this bone to savor. That's it for this recap, you guys. It's real quick. This is Kim, aka Glam Powered. Thanks for watching as always. Please comment, like, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.